Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. The topic this morning, Teacher of the Year 2017. Adriel Benjamin of St. Paul's Anglican Primary School is Tutor's Teacher of the Year 2017. And here to tell us about the award also is Lindsay Dudai, President of Tutor. Welcome and congratulations to you.
Thank you very much, and good morning to TNT and all your viewers.
Yes, he's a teacher and he looks so very young. Mr. Dudai, how is the Teacher of the Year selected?
The Teacher of the Year is selected annually based on nominations that would come in from individual schools or group of educators who believe that there is a particular teacher who merits being selected as Teacher of the Year. So nominations are sent in the tutor. Then there's a very rigorous process in terms of screening the nominations that came in. There's a committee that marks the portfolios of each candidate, because each person has to send in a portfolio of themselves in terms of what they have achieved, not only in teaching, but in terms of community work and work in various other organizations. Then they are subjected to a final interview.
All right. Well, Mr. Benjamin, how do you feel to be Teacher of the Year?
It's an honor to be chosen as Teacher of the Year, especially being young. Compared to the other finalists. I'm still humbled by it, in that there's much work to be done, and it gives motivation to my students.
What do you think gave you the edge?
I guess being one of the youngest person and achieving so many different things within my 14 years of teaching. Not only in terms of academic successes, in terms of community work, in terms of providing avenues for students to achieve through their talents. As I would have started and revised certain things in school in terms of the music department, and apart from having my own class, having seen successes within those areas as well.
What sort of community work were you engaged in?
I'm a member of the Scouting Association of Trinidad and Tobago in the San Fernando District Scout Council. At school, I am one of the assistant leaders of the Cup Pack for the past 4 years or so. And together with that, I have assisted in many church-related activities, as well as there's the Full Circle Foundation of Princestown, which I would assist in terms of their treats to children over the past few years.
Are you a Standard 5 teacher as well?
No, I was a first-year teacher for 3 years, and that's after coming out of UTT, and for the past 2 years, a teacher of Standard 2.
Okay. Mr. Dudai, what is the purpose of an award like this?
The purpose of the award is to highlight the achievement of our teachers in our school system. While Adriel would have emerged as Teacher of the Year 2017, there were 4 other finalists with him who would have achieved a lot. So the Ministry of Education, who is the employer, does not have a similar recognition for teachers like we do in terms of the Teacher of the Year. And we try to crown a Teacher of the Year every year to highlight the successes of our teachers, because many times our teachers are working in the schools most times under deplorable conditions. They have to face irate parents on a daily basis, and to achieve, what some of them have achieved must be recognized by Tutor, who, after all, is a responsible association that tries to highlight the achievements of our members.
Mr. Benjamin, how are you able to maintain this composure in a classroom with so many little noisy ones? I'm sure you're not the same person in the classroom.
Well,
unless you have some magic wand or something.
There's no magic wand. I guess being firm with them, but yet showing them that I'm caring helps. I seldom have problems, controlling my class.
You do have challenges, as all teachers would.
I will have challenges, yes. There'll be 1 or 2 who have to, pay particular attention to. But over the past 14 years, I haven't had a class that I could not manage that that much, right? Despite being out of the classroom on occasions when preparing the school choir for competitions or working alongside the arranger for school steel orchestra, I still have the support of the students when I'm absent for a short period of time. But to say there's a great challenge, yes, I would be stern at one point and then calm when the needs arise.
How do you see your role as a teacher?
I think my role is important in today's society, especially within the school that I serve at. There are many students who do not have a father figure at home, and I think it's important for them to see positive male role models so that they can, aspire to become great things for our society. And as I know Madam Justice Paula May Weeks in her inauguration address said, be the change you would want to see. And I try to be that change I would like to see in my society in this time.
Wow, well, very well answered there. You came very well prepared as well. Mr. Durai, is there an official presentation?
Well, we had an official function. I believe it was on January 18 at the Bureau of Standards in Macoya, where the Minister of Education was present and where Mr. Augustus Ramwikasinghe, former Minister of Education, gave the fifth-year address. And at that function, at that ceremony, Adriel was crowned as a Teacher of the Year 2017.
Right. Now, Adriel, as a teacher, there would be times in your classroom, I'm sure, where you struggle with managing students in terms of the discipline and getting the syllabus completed. I'm sure there are moments you spend the majority of the time trying to get them settled down before you can actually get the work done. Has this been your experience?
It is a challenging experience within the school, yes, because we have different persons from different backgrounds. You'll have a few who, would conform to the rules and procedures of the class, but then in the majority, based on, different learning styles, you have to try to cater for everyone, as well as you have those who have probably what we like to call ADHD in our classes. They can't sit still, so it's always a constant challenge in which, you have to make sure they are settled before you can move on, right? Because I can't teach only those who are ready to listen, but I have to reach out to all. Because at the end of the day, I am of the view, that these same students can either come two ways. If I have a female child, they can come through the door with her as, boyfriend, or they can come through the back door as thieves. And I want to make a difference in terms of showing them, there's another way of life and that someone care about who they are and what they can become. So my emphasis most time is to make sure that all my students are paying attention whenever I'm teaching.
You also mentioned your role as role model and father figure. Has this been the case on many instances? You've noticed the need to step in and really play that role?
Well, I remember in first year, there was a boy, he was always the one, who depended on somebody to assist him. I remember having a camp with another teacher at school, Miss Smith, and during the camp, eventually he started to tell the children, I'm Mr. Benjamin's son. My name is Mr. Benjamin's son. And it went on for a long while. And I really had to keep track on him, especially after he moved out of my class, because he wasn't performing to what we will consider the best of standards. So I used to follow through, find out from his class teacher what is happening. Sometimes I ask him, he say, I'm doing good. And when I ask the teacher, there's a difference in opinion. And I would talk to him, and let him know that you're moving on, you need to keep focused, you need to show more interest in your work, because yes, you may not be getting it now, but you need to know that, you have to spend a little more time with your work as compared to others, right? And I kept doing that until he left last year for secondary school. And there are one or two other boys, who come and ask, so you could be my father, I want to call you daddy and that kind of thing. Even up to yesterday, a boy is arguing with another boy. You cannot be Mr. Benjamin's son. Your name is not Mr. Your surname is not Benjamin. So you can't be Mr. Benjamin's son. And he's like, yes, once I'm in his class, I could be considered his son.
Why do you think they gravitate to you that way?
I don't know if it's the patience I have with them.
Okay, patience.
As they care, or being caring and compassionate towards them.
So that's a quality a lot of teachers, I don't want to say lack, but I mean, they could definitely test your patience. You have a class. How large is your class?
25 students. And this is the smallest within the last few years. It has been between 25 and 31 most times.
Okay. Is teaching something that you always wanted to get into?
Yes. In Form 2, when we were about to go into Form 3, we were told that we had to choose subjects for CSEC. And I asked my sister, who had recently joined the teaching profession, what are some of the things you need to do to become a teacher? And she advised me of the subject areas that I needed to have for the teaching profession. And it was one of my grandmother's dream as well. She wanted to be a teacher, but because of the circumstances in which she grew up in, it wasn't one of the things that she could have done. However, I think my sister and I are living her dream, and to receive this award as well is testament, to her potential being lived out through us. And I think, she feels good to know that her grandchildren actually are living something that she always wanted to do. And anytime you talk about teaching, she always talk, I could have been a teacher when I was in standard, in 6th standard. They used to send me to first year to teach the class when a teacher is not there. And they had asked my guardian at the time, if you would like to become a pupil teacher. And it did not happen.
Okay.
So I'm very proud to know that, it is an opportunity to show, I'm able to do what she can do and make her proud.
Great, and we are very proud of you as well. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here on our show.
You're welcome, and thanks for having us.